Hi there! This video is about an AI agent which was literally born out of frustration. If you've ever used Azure DevOps as a product management tool, there is a high chance you will understand me. When I started working with it earlier this year, I simply forwarded all the emails from DevOps to dedicated mail folder to avoid getting spammed, and over time I completely forgot about them. Since DevOps doesn't support in-app comment notifications, nor does it integrate with Teams out of the box, I reached the point where colleagues started complaining that I wasn't responding to comments. And often this was the case, especially for tickets I hadn't created or wasn't actively monitoring. So I had to do something about it, and this agent is my solution. It's built with Google ADK, and because it's very quick to create, I will show you how to build it step by step. I hope it inspires you to create your own automations that make your life easier. You will find the complete code in the GitHub repository linked below this video. Let's quickly walk through what it does. First, it queries Azure DevOps to get work items saved from a saved query. Let's take a look at this query. It retrieves all tickets that have been changed within the past 2 days. DevOps doesn't allow extracting just comment updates, so I needed a query that ensures, first, that I'm mentioned in the ticket at all, and second, that the changes are recent. Then the agent loops through every single ticket returned by the query and fetches all the comments. After that, it filters the comments in this step, so only comments from the last 2 days that mention me make it through. Everything else gets discarded. The ticket might have been updated for other reasons, like status change or field update, but all of those are filtered out. Next, it creates a report with 2 sections. At the top is a summary for quick scanning, and then are the full detailed comments for when I need more context. And finally, it sends me an email with the complete report and direct links to the work items, so I can jump right in and respond. Now let's build this agent from scratch. We'll start simple, just the core Google ADK components without any tools or complex logic. First, let's install the necessary packages. We need Google ADK and MCP for tool integration, but they are already installed, so I won't run this cell. Now let's import just what we need to create a basic agent. These are the agent relevant imports, and above here we have the imports which are relevant for loading the environment variables, and I have added the datetime here because I'm passing it in the session, and you will understand later why. Let's run this cell and also load the environment variables. Next, we'll create the simplest possible agent. No tools, no complex instructions, just the basic structure. Now here's the important part. How Google ADK actually works under the hood. The runner is the main process that orchestrates everything. When you send a message to the agent, the runner starts a constant back and forth conversation with the LLM. Think of it like this. The agent reads your message, thinks about what tools it needs to call, executes those tools, gets the results back, thinks again about whether it needs more information, and keeps going until it has a complete answer. This all happens automatically. You just see the final response. Next, let's create a simple chat function to interact with our agent. And let's run the agent. I will ask it what it can do. And it responded, I am an Azure DevOps assistant. My primary function is to monitor Azure DevOps work items for mentions. As you can see, it works, but it doesn't actually do anything useful yet, besides interacting with the LLM. So let's give it some real power. We will add the Azure DevOps MCP toolset, which allows the agent to interact with Azure DevOps. Before that, I will stop my agent so I can run it again later. And first I will import the MCP related components. And execute the cell again. And then I will update the agent with the MCP toolset. This goes right here after the instructions. The MCP toolset connects to Azure DevOps server using npx. npx is a package runner. And now let's run the agent again and ask it what tools it has available. It will take a second. Alright, we got the list of all the tools. The agent can now see and use Azure DevOps tools, but it doesn't know how to use them or when. That's where agent instructions come in. I will quit the agent again. And let's update the instructions so the agent does what we actually want it to do. I will go and copy the instructions I have prepared and override the existing ones. Let's take a look that everything looks all right and read through the instructions. So the agent is told to follow all those steps in order. First, it has to get work items from the saved query. Then, for each work item, it retrieves all comments. Then, it must filter only comments which are from the past 2 days and where I'm mentioned. This is where the current date comes into play. And then it is instructed to send an email to me. Afterwards are the formatting instructions for the email. The beauty of this approach is that the agent uses the LLM's reasoning to execute these instructions. It's not a rigid script. It can adapt to different scenarios while following the general workflow. But now we have one problem. We are telling the agent to send an email, but we haven't given it an email tool yet. Here in step 4, I've already said that it should use this tool, but it's not there yet. So let's quickly fix that. I will add a custom Python function that sends emails via Gmail's SMTP server. Let's take the function, and I will add it just above the agent here. Then I need to also add this new tool in the agent toolset. I will do it just above the MCP toolset. And now we have two tools, the email tool up here and then the Azure DevOps toolset. Let's run the complete agent and ask it to check for mentions. Check for recent mentions in comments which to me. This is the Azure DevOps authentication, so the agent is now allowed to use and connect to Azure DevOps to retrieve the data. And while we are waiting for the agent to do its job, I want to draw your attention to a very important topic, the security risks that MCP connections can expose. In this case, I've allowed the agent to interact with all MCP tools from Azure DevOps. This is not only unnecessary, it's also a significant security risk. When building agents, you should carefully consider which tools they have access to and take proactive steps to prevent prompt injections and unauthorized actions. Google ADK provides an easy way to filter for only the tools your agent actually needs. You should always use this feature. Let me show you how. You can just define the filter and list the tools which your agent needs. Alright, the agent sent the notification. Let's take a look. It also arrived. Here is how the formatted output looks like, and there are first the summaries for each ticket, and if I'd like to read in details the comments as they have been added in DevOps, I can just move down here and read the actual comments to me. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.